most important knife round in Counter-Strike history. I'm not sure I would agree with quite that level of importance, but it is a massive knife round. This decides who starts on CT side. iBUYPOWER versus Dignitas in the knives. And here we go for the hack and slash, the prison yard bash. Who strikes first in the kidneys? And,
I mean,
you can tell already that this is a really important knife. You'll see the timer at the top of the screen. We've got 60 minutes to get through this knife round.
You think we'll use all of it?
I think it might be over a bit sooner than that. We've had a 1-for-1 so far.
Just as long as Na'Vi aren't in the knife round, we're fine. Those 60 minutes won't all be used.
There is something in fighting games, we were talking about it last night, actually, called turtling. And there's been quite a lot of that so far. But Dignitas now have a man... Well, do they have a man? They don't have a man advantage.
It's all about the stats.
But they do, because there's a fourth man on the right-hand side. Yeah. See, we can't see the overlay, so we don't actually know how many people are alive. But there are 4. Now there are 3. Now it's a 3v3. There we go. There's
and they're all stabbed. They're all stabbed as well.
They are all stabbed once. We've actually played 1 minute and 20 seconds of the knife round.
And we've taken every second of it seriously.
Yeah, longest knife round in history, almost.
Yes. Well, the tension is
almost
palpable.
conferred. 90 seconds in. Skadoodle gets one. Easy back with another one. It's now a 2v2. They're very close to each other right now. Now, can they try and gang up on one of these two players? They can get one. They can't get another. It's come down to a 1v1. It's Swag versus Daisy. No. And Swag takes the round. And iBUYPOWER win probably the most important knife round in their entire career. And iBUYPOWER will now start on the CT side.
That was another one-on-one that AZ didn't deliver on. It's much more acceptable with knives than the previous situation, but still, of course,
another huge round from Swag.
Imagine how you would feel in their position right now, and Dignitas just losing the knife. Wait, did they just? I think Skadoodle just made them stay on T for some benign reason.
What?
Now.
Okay, so.
Now this could be sportsmanship to a unreasonable level, or this could
could just be stupidity.
Or he's cracked. He's finally cracked. I mean,
his teammates have actually said in chat he's trying to throw.
They want the drama.
They are going for I throw power.
You know what? This is brilliant because they're trolling themselves.
iBUYPOWER
and every fan that they have.
I'm genuinely shocked. What on earth is going on?
I don't you
win the most important knife round in your entire history.
And they took that seriously.
On a CT biased map, which you only need 4 rounds on.
Scott's beside himself. Are they switching now?
Are they switching?
Okay, now
they are switching.
Okay.
All right.
It's all okay. It's all okay. It was all a big misunderstanding there.
Wow.
It was a big troll. Big troll. We fell for it, Red Eye. We fell into the little trap.
I just got massively trolled by iBUYPOWER.
I know. They're good at that, though. That's part of their charm.
You swines. You wait until I see Steel.
Steel is the most awesome troll ever.
He is an awesome troll.
He's also
on this occasion,
nice guy.
I'm miffed with him. He's like I don't know, he's some sort of aficionado of trolls or something. But he's not getting away with that whatsoever. I'm going to have words with him afterwards.
You're going to need to construct a much bigger troll to get him back.
Okay. We're currently paused.
This is one of those cool situations which doesn't really happen. I mean, you can't really say
we weren't able to finish that off. Right, the serious stuff begins. iBUYPOWER versus Team Dignitas. Crowd are nicely warmed up here in Milan as well. And a reminder for you at home, iBUYPOWER need just 4 rounds to advance to the semi-final, regardless of whether Dignitas can win the map or not. But Dignitas absolutely have to win the match as well.
All right. It's a very slow start. Swag on the main and door position as usual. And a flash over. And this is going to allow them to bust through upper. This is going to be very chaotic very soon.
A nice push from Dupree's. He's managed to get to the volcano stands already. Dazed has opened things up though. And with that plant, iBUYPOWER caught a little short here, I think. Now, short range for Swag. That'll be easy to pick up the frag on device. Now, 5v3, but that bomb planted has caused them some issues. Zipnik's now inside the toxic room as well, hiding. And pops round the corner, and still Skadoodle can combine and pick one up. Dupree, now last man standing, has got to try and hold on to this ball. The bomb gets diffused at the same time. He managed to get the bomb diffuser, and is that going to be diffused in time? There's no kit! There's no kit!
Wow.
Oh my goodness! And Dupree has won the round for Dignitas, 1v4, with killing just one man. It was perfectly placed. What a stunning set of shots.
Oh, that was a beautiful strategy too. I mean, they had all the right grenades in the right places. They hit the timings well, and they combined well down secret, and you just got the bomb down straight away. It was a beautiful round there from Dignitas. Obviously, the focus wasn't on the frags there, and just absolutely gorgeous stuff. As we are going to see them actually give themselves and their fans hope.
Wow!
In this impossible, seemingly impossible situation.
It absolutely is. They really, I mean, starting T-side, I've seen teams win 12, 13 rounds on T-side. It's not impossible, of course, but it's blooming difficult.
It's very, very rare.
But they've given themselves the perfect start after they really shouldn't have been able to, because iBUYPOWER had a 5v3 and then a 4v1 and still somehow managed to contrive to lose the round. Dupree's monstrous shot on the bomb diffuser. Good shot from Swag in the middle of that. Device, though, disposing of him, and they've dropped 2, make that 3. Device is only on 1 point of health now, and suddenly this swings round, and iBUYPOWER now have the advantage. Incredible. That 5-7 doing work from Steel once more. Skadoodle now versus Fetish and Device, but Device who's 1 point of health. Tense ending to the round. Skadoodle picks up the headshot onto Fetish. It's 1v1, and Device, well, it's 1v1v1 right now, because Device literally has 1 point of health. It's like a sliver, a fingernail. That's all that needs to be tapped here by Skadoodle, and he's going to be able to pick it up surely. But Device round the back. Oh my goodness! So close, yet so far. The smiles come out from Steel, and iBUYPOWER move to within 3 of a spot in the semi-finals.
Steel looks smug right there. That was a smug grin, just a glimpse of it.
Well, I thought Swag looked smug. I think he should change his naming game to Smug7, not Swag7.
Well, God, absolutely gutting there for Dignitas, no doubt about it.
I mean, in a weird way, it kind of balances up with what we saw in the first round, because they really shouldn't have lost that first round, iBUYPOWER.
But
they had no right to win that round.
This is all about grit and determination. It's not even about Counter-Strike necessarily now for Dignitas. They have to dig deep. They have to dig deep. Oh, they are going to have to dig massively. Steel with 2 in a row with the Max 7. That short-range shotgun is absolutely deadly. Izzy, though, at short range this time picks off Dazed in Vent. Can't get a second one. Swag locking him down. 4v2. Advantage with iBUYPOWER here. Dupree and Fetish now. iBUYPOWER would need just 2 more rounds after this, and we might as well finish the game at that point. No point in carrying on afterwards. Dupree with Famis. Well, he's going to drop down behind him, and Swag, well, he won't pick up many easier kills than that, that's for sure. AZ came with the last one. Famis at the top of ladder on Fetish. It's 2-1, but more importantly, it's T-2 rounds for iBUYPOWER. Oh, it's Dignitas. Like I said, I just made this point, but it's so much down to how, like, them not feeling the pressure and not. I mean, might even be hard for them. Usually they succumb to it, but they have to believe right now, because iBUYPOWER are going to be playing so confident and so loose and so dangerous.
Oh my goodness! On fire through Hut, finishes. Drop down. Steel's going to pick another one up. Swag in. Daze Steel again. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful play by iBUYPOWER. They're like little cygnets that have grown into great swans right now. iBUYPOWER just 1 round away from a spot in the semi-finals.
The best thing
at a non-American LAN, I might add.
They're basically playing for the draw and on the rounds and the next map now. But they would have to win every remaining. Oh my God, it's
every round. They have to win 15 straight. There is no room for error now for Dignitas. It's almost hopeless. They won't give up just yet. Zipnik's then picked off by Skadoo. Dupree replying back. 4 men remain. 4 men between a place in the semi-final for iBUYPOWER. They've also lost swag, but not swagger. They know it's coming. Finish. Well, nothing out of the Deagle was any good for him. Steele's going to pick up another one. 2 men remain. Make that 1. Last man standing is Device. And he goes down to Dazed. And iBUYPOWER have 4 rounds on the board. It's enough to take them through to the semi-final.
What an impossible situation for Dignitas. It's just, oh, how they must feel. Can you even imagine it? I don't think anyone could put themselves in their position right now. And I mean, you can see it on their faces.
Yeah, massive disappointment for Dignitas, but they have been massively disappointing. There's no way around that. They were poor yesterday against Fnatic. They were poor in the first game against iBUYPOWER this morning. And they've been poor in this second map so far as well, despite a nice piece of individual skill from Dupree and a little bit of luck as well. But it really hasn't been their tournament. It really hasn't. I don't want to tempt fate, but I wonder if they're even considering some changes after this.
Something they have to consider something. We have another major coming up very soon, of course.
Yep.
And
DreamHack is not too far away already.
And a result like this certainly should stir change. If nothing else, they have to look at this event and say, okay, guys, something's not going in the way that we.
I mean, there might be all sorts of other issues going on this weekend.
That's true.
There could be illness. There could be. I don't think any jet lag from Denmark, but they could have had bad flights.
Yeah,
exactly. They could have had bad sleep. I mean, there's all sorts of. I don't want to call them excuses, but there's all sorts of reasons that contribute to a team playing poorly. It's not always that the team aren't working. That said, it hasn't looked like the team are working.
That's very true. I mean, the one notable difference, though, which was surprising, is that usually they are very strong in the groups.
Yeah.
And they
they're usually very strong on specific maps that we've seen them. They're usually strong on Nuke. They're usually strong on Dust too.
They're very well rounded. They have great individual skill and execution as well. It's just that so many teams have, variety of different problems. For Dignitas, it's mainly been just actually handling pressure. And whether or not it was the case in this iBUYPOWER match, I don't know. But the weak result against Fnatic leaves something to be questioned, as typically you would have seen a much closer result there, I think.
I'm not sure if we're going to wrap this up right now. I don't think there's a huge amount of point in playing on, is there?
Absolutely not.
Maybe they have to because of the rules, but there's not really much point in us continuing to cover this because it's irrelevant now. Absolutely irrelevant. So.
So yeah, I'm very curious to see the general thoughts as well as we get into the analyst desk in a bit of time. And Thorin, he's been one to put on the burns. He's very well known for that. But right now they're just playing for just some end salvation.
Well, it has been pointed out to me, of course, that they might just have to play this out because of the betting.
Oh right,
because the game's got bets on.
That is very true.
They probably do have to play out the game,
of course,
which is a bit unfortunate for us because
we're kind of, when you're at the event, you kind of forget about that stuff sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to find out whether they actually do have to. I mean, they might have to continue. We don't necessarily have to continue covering it, I guess, but I guess those at home that have put bets on and what have you probably need to see a conclusion to the map. Otherwise, the game will be removed. I mean, it's one of the byproducts of the fact that we've got this rule system about the head-to-head. It kind of makes it pointless, I suppose. But
it's
pointless in the concept of the actual event and the tournament itself. There's no point in covering the rest of the rounds or playing on. But of course,
there is a lot of other processes.
Yeah, for those of you that have bet on the game, I could absolutely see why we should carry on. Not that it's going to be particularly inspiring for Dignitas to to play for you, as it were. So I hope your bets were on iBUYPOWER.
Yeah,
because either way round right now, it's not good for Dignitas.
But on a more interesting note, how do you feel that iBUYPOWER are going to progress through the tournament now that they have shown a result like this? Do you think this is going to put a bit of a spring in their step, give them a bit of the big mo?
I already thought that they came into this much better than they've done before. We've always seen Cloud9 do better when they've come to these international tournaments. I think Steel identified that they needed to add some scrappy strats to their standards, which they've done, and they've shown us that they've done.
Yeah.
I think yesterday there was a little bit of unfortunate timing and luck, as also a couple of small bad plays in amongst what they did with Fnatic, but they were close matches. Let's not forget that they were, within a few rounds of winning both maps, and should have won Inferno absolutely, and may have even deserved to have won Dust 2 as well. So I don't think they were far away yesterday. I think there was just a couple of things in their play that maybe they needed to iron out, some kinks if you like, and then just play tighter towards the end, and that's exactly what they did against Dignitas in the first round, in the first match they played them. So I'm not sure that they're the scrappy insurgency that we expected them to be. I actually think they're genuine article. I actually think they could end up going the whole way here. Dignitas getting a cheer for clutching the round. Nicely played by Fenish,
the drill sergeant.
And they're 2-6 down right now on T side. Just a reminder for you, if you are joining in and wondering why we're not really commentating too much, it's mainly because this game is now irrelevant. iBUYPOWER have the 4 rounds they needed. They are through to the semi-finals, and Dignitas will go out in the group stage for the first time in a long time.
Absolutely. Usually they look so strong in the groups. I'll have to see how they. I'm sure that they will be talking about this event in the near future and give everybody their thoughts of how things went, where things went wrong. It's going to be very interesting to hear from them, where things really went wrong. But on a more interesting note, we have, it looks like we will be going to LDLC and iBUYPOWER. That's the next match that iBUYPOWER have now. And LDLC have thus far looked like the strongest team. And the interesting thing, and a point I wanted to make, is that the way iBUYPOWER are actually playing on Dust 2 was they were actually taking a lot of risks. And the thing is that in Counter-Strike, risks are essential. Risks are absolutely essential. You're always taking risks. It's about making risks safe and taking it at the right time, not overstepping it. I feel like, though, they were almost being a bit extortionate at times, because they were going through some of these plays that did seem a little bit exploitable, but Dignitas, they just were always a step behind. They weren't quite able to punish. If they were iBUYPOWER playing, let's say, NIP, a team that is always ready for everything when it comes to aggression, then they are going to be losing a lot of those situations. Their money will get broken very quickly, and it could very well have been a good read, a good strategy that they applied. They've researched all the teams they're playing against. That's another beauty of this tournament.
Okay, so iBUYPOWER, we're going to leave that game where it is right now. That's going to continue playing out. The match will continue until one team has won 16, just so all your bets are confirmed one way or the other. I hope you've put money on iBUYPOWER because they look very strong right now. But just to confirm once again, iBUYPOWER actually are right now through to the semi-finals and will play LDLC in that semi-finals. The winner of Cloud9 and Virtus Pro, which is still playing out right now. Unfortunately, we can't get to that game. It would be nice if we could actually jump into that one, but unfortunately, we can't get to it from where we are. They're going to continue playing out. The winner of that will play Fnatic in the semi-finals. So, yeah, okay. Well, unfortunately, we can't do that. We can't go to Cloud9.
Well,
which is a real shame, because I would like to see where they are right now. But I tell you what we'll do instead. We'll go for a quick break, and I will then run round and find out what's going on. We'll see you in a few.